welcome back to the channel. This is Carrie. Today is another rainy day here in Maine, which is not surprising. We've had lots, and of course it's Saturday, so it's the weekend. We've had lots of rainy weekends here in Maine this spring and summer so far, but that's okay. So anything that I was planning on doing outside today is pretty much a wash because it's been raining kind of hard on and off, and I didn't have anything that needed to be done like urgently. So I don't really feel like getting soaked. So I'm going to let it be. So instead, what I decided to do was, I found this first aid kit on sale. I believe it originally came from Walmart. I found it at that store I talk about a lot, which is Martin's. Originally, it looks like it was like $23. I got it for $13.48, so I got it for like 10 bucks off. And what got me to want to try this kit out is the hard case. I like that it's in a box. It does have the little, slidey lock thing. So, I have made my own first aid kits in the little bags, the zipper pouch bags with all of the pouches. But I wanted one for the car. So I think this nice square, semi-hard box. Obviously, it's not a super heavy-duty box, but it's pretty heavy-duty. And I think this would be good for the car. I think it's real important, living off grid or even, living on grid. It doesn't matter where you live, to have a first aid kit. You never know when something's going to happen. It could be something little. It could be something medium that you just need to take care of. Especially if you're like me. I don't live near any type of doctor's office or hospital or veterinary clinic for Tank. So I've been thinking a little bit more about first aid lately. A couple weeks ago, I didn't tell you guys yet, a couple weeks ago, Tank had a run-in. I'm pretty sure it was with a raccoon that had come in the fence. We went outside at I think it was like 10:30, quarter to 11 one night, and all of a sudden I could hear he was fighting with something. I didn't know what it was. I still didn't see it, but due to the wounds and on his face and what the other outcomes could be, I assume it was a raccoon. So when I got him from the far side of the fence, he didn't go outside of the fence, and he didn't kill what it was. I think they fought and it escaped. But it had bit his face and scratched his muzzle and bit his muzzle. So he had some puncture wounds and quite a few scratches. So his face was bleeding. It wasn't good. It wasn't so bad that I was needed to take him to the emergency vet, but luckily I had things here at my home to clean and flush out the wound, so make sure it's not dirty and doesn't get infected, and to clean it up. And I had some antibiotic ointment and some other stuff that I could put on his face, to keep it from getting infected, and to help give him a little bit of comfort. He didn't seem to mind it that much. I think he was just happy that he protected the yard like he was supposed to, even though I don't think we're that scared of raccoon. But in his mind, it's it's an intruder. So he's better now. I've been keeping an eye on it. It's healing up now. He's missing some hair still. I don't know if his hair will grow back, but I didn't end up having to take him to the vet because I took care of it right away and cleaned it several times a day. And and then once it started to heal, I let it be and let nature do its course. I definitely would have took him if I needed to. But if I didn't have those things on hand, I wouldn't have been able to clean it immediately and take care of it immediately, which I think really makes a big difference with things getting infected. And that's the same on yourself. If you cut yourself, hurt yourself, if you can clean it and take care of it the best you can immediately, it can really make a big difference. And then if you need to get medical attention, obviously you would go get it, but at least you could stabilize it and hopefully keep things from getting infected and just nasty. So when I saw this, because I have a little case I keep in the car, but I wanted a little bit better one because me and Tank, obviously we hike a lot and we do camping. And when I go camping, I do have another kit, but when we're just going for a ride, it might be getting out of the car to take a few walks or, anything like that. I wanted something a little better in the car. So obviously I'm sure when I open this, there'll be things I need to add to this. But I thought it would be fun to go through it with you guys today, see if this is actually worth the money, see if it has some good stuff in there and what it might be missing, and just do that, have a little fun like that on a rainy day. So, oh, and a video coming up soon. I've been meaning to tell you guys this stuff too. I've just been busy and I forget. I think I've talked about my vehicle before. I have an old Honda CRV. It's a 2006, which I love the vehicle, but it's like on its last dying breath. So I had to break down and get a different vehicle because obviously I live in the middle of nowhere. I have to have transportation. And I was looking at four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive things, and everything was just so expensive. And I've always had this dream, besides living off grid, which I do live here now, and I'm definitely living my dream, but I had a secondary dream of having some sort of van, camper van, some type of thing like that, because someday I want to just get in my vehicle, van, whatever it is, and see a lot of the United States that I have never got to see yet in my life, and I want to do that. I'm just not doing it yet. Tank is only 4, he'll be 5 this October. He has a lot of energy. He loves his yard. I don't think he would be happy or as happy living in a van for 2-3 months. So I'm going to wait, and when he gets a little bit older, if he seems like he is mellowed out, and I mean, not that he's hyper, but you know, mellowed out and feels like he wouldn't mind being in a van and living in a van for a couple months, I think I will do that. So I broke down and actually bought a van. So and actually I think it was really meant to be. It was a great deal. I found it was in great shape. The dealership I got it from was excellent. So I did end up getting a 2019 Dodge Grand Caravan. So I will share that with you guys and kind of bring along everyone with the journey on what I'm going to do with the van. The van is kind of low, so I'm actually in a couple weeks going to be getting a lift put on the van, and that way I can take it, you know, a few more places that I couldn't with it being as low as it is. I know it's not full drive. I'm not going to be going like super off-road or anything like that, but I really want to be able to make sure I can get to like national parks and things like that, basically. So yeah, and I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do with the seats, because they all do fold into the floor, but I don't know if I'm gonna remove them or remove some of them and turn that into storage. I did get a hitch put on it, because it did not have a hitch on it, so I got that put on the other week. And yeah, I'll let you look at it before I get the lift on it, and I'll show it to you after to see how much of a difference it really makes. Supposedly it's gonna be a 3-inch difference, but I got to see it when it happens. So I'll be sharing that stuff with you pretty soon here. I was going to do a video of the van today, but I thought, may as well not do it in the rain. That doesn't sound too much fun. So more to come on that, and that fun part. And of course I'll use the van before I decide to take a cross-country trip. I will use the van around here, because I do have my camper, but sometimes I just want to go for like a night or maybe 2 with Tank, and that way I don't have to haul the camper and do all that. I can just hop in the van. Tank and I can sleep in the van once I have it all decked out. And we can just do little short camping trips like that. And Tank, at first, he was not a huge fan of the van, because the only car he had ever been in, you know, on a regular basis was the CRV. But now he likes the van. It has automatic doors, which I didn't want all like bells and whistles, but you can't help it. That's why I didn't buy well, first of all, I didn't want to pay that kind of payment, but that's why I didn't buy a brand new car. It's 2019, it's new to me. It only has 59,000 miles on it, so it was a great deal. But yeah, he wasn't fond of the electric doors at first. I'd hit the button for him to open me back up, like, who's coming out of the van? I'm like, no one's in there, bud. We're just opening the door. But now he also figured out that he can sit like right behind because I have all the seats folded in right now, and I have a nice big flat bed in the back for him. In a blanket, so he found out that he can sit right behind the console and see out all the windows. He doesn't have to stand up, so he loves that. So I'm happy with it. You know, would it have been nice to have a 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive? Yeah, it would have. But the funny thing is this van can pull more weight than my CRV can. This van can tow 3,500 pounds. My CRV can only tow 1,500 pounds. And it's I think it's a V6 instead of a 4-cylinder. So anyway, enough on that. So let's get this opened up. I'm going to change the camera so you guys can see what it looks like when I open it. We'll see what's in this case and see if it was worth the money. All right, so I think I got it in the screen. My other video is wearing pajama pants. Today I'm wearing tie-dyed pants. You never know what I'm gonna wear, but I'm comfortable. It is kind of chilly today. I think it's only supposed to be like 60. But so here, I think I don't know, it might be upside down for you guys. I can turn it this way. So it says it has 256 pieces. It's just Happy Explorer first aid kit, cut, scrapes, laceration, burns, bites, stings, blisters, and more. So, yeah, so it kind of just has, almost like those butane stoves, it just has that kind of lock. So let's open it up. Oh, well, actually, it looks like it is packed pretty full. This might not be so bad. So the first thing right on top is a first aid guide. Has like a place to put emergency phone numbers. And it looks like, let me open it up here. Oh, it looks like it has just some basic things on here. Symptoms, electric shock, drowning, fractures, sting, sunstroke. So it's just like an informational little paper. You would definitely want to get this wet, so I wouldn't recommend leaving it out of the box, but it has that. And let's see what else is in here. So, okay, so there's 2 instant cold compresses. Those are nice. Those are always very good to have on hand. Yeah. See, those are the ones you just squeeze, shake, and then put it on as a cold compress. So that's a good start. I'm trying to see where I can set this stuff. I'm going to try and make some room over here. All right, there's that. And then let's see what's here. So this is a triangular bandage and it has a couple safety pins in there. I do like that it's in a Ziploc. That's kind of easier to open. And then you could refill this with another bandage, or you could put more bandages in here with it. So that's kind of nice. And let's see. Oh, these are 2 pair of regular gloves. And then, oh geez, it has like a whole bunch of, oh, that one's open. Hold on. Has a bunch of big safety pins in here. A whole bunch. I kind of feel like we're going to do cloth diapers or something. No, I'm just kidding. But no, that's cool. They're not the most heavy duty pins, but they're not bad. But there's a bunch of those. Let's see what else we find in here. All right, so it has tweezers. I'm not super impressed that these are plastic. I don't know if these would do you much good, honestly. But, I mean, it's better than nothing. But I could always just take a pair of metal tweezers and replace those. But, yeah, not super impressed with that. Let's see. These are splinter removers. I'm not really sure what that is. I've never used it. Maybe it's like a sticker. I don't really know what it is. I've never used a splinter remover. If you've used one, let me know. Does it work? I usually just dig it out. Let's see here. It has 5 tongue depressors. These aren't wrapped, which is kind of weird. So I guess you could use these as like a finger splint or something. I don't think I'd be using them to like look down my throat. But so that's a little odd, but that's those. All right, let's see here. And then this looks like a bunch of gauze. These are 2x2s. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 2x2s, sterile gauze. And then it looks like we got some bigger ones in here. Are these all the same? Let's take a look. Yeah, okay, so these are 4x4s. Looks like there's about 10 of those as well. So that's not bad. We'll take that. At least those are usable. And it does have this little plastic separator, which is actually not in correctly. Let me see if I can get it in. Oh, there we go. It was kind of popped out. There we go. Now it's in correctly. So now we're going to go over this side. We have a little ace bandage here. I assume this is tape. It's just wrapped up in paper. But I can open one. This most likely is tape for the gauze, I would imagine. Yeah. And, oh, it is paper tape too, which actually I like better. So there's that. There's 2 of those. And then I don't know what is all in here. Let's check this out. Let's see. This is insect repellent. It has like 4 little packages of that. I'm not really sure what's in it. So let's see if it says. Oh, it's just citronella, soybean, and I don't know what sodium lauryl sulfate, whatever that is, but it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff in it, so that's kind of nice. I wouldn't use it otherwise. All right, let's see. What are these? Oh, not that. That's something else. Let's see. We got, oh, these are 9 sting relief. So I guess if you get stung by a bee or a hornet or something, that's what those are. I've never used those either before, but I would try them. And then this, oh, this is that Silvex wound gel. So this is good. I wish there was more than one of these in here, but at least there's one. But I can always add some other stuff to this too. So there's a little package of that. Oh, good. I was wondering if this was in there. This one here is the antibiotic ointment, or, you know, like Neosporin type stuff. And then this is burn cream. So some little packages of that. And then they got one thing of poison ivy, oak, sumac cleanser towelette. So I guess this would get you through, like if you've gotten a big patch of it, you could at least wipe yourself down before you go home to get some more. And then let's see, what's here? Oh, this is 2 little things of lip balm. I'm not sure about that. It says pomegranate flavored. Vitamin E beeswax. So, well, I mean, I'll give them that. At least it sounds like it's a good lip balm and not full of a bunch of stuff I wouldn't want to put on my lips. So that's that. And let's see here. So, oh, this is just like waterproof Band-Aids. And then this looks like it's a whole bunch of Band-Aids. Let's see. Must be different sizes. So this is a 5x8 by 2 1/4 and a 3/4 by 3. So quite a few Band-Aids. Not bad, not bad. And then, oh, this is like moleskin for blisters. That's nice. I kind of wish they were on a different thing than this, because I'm afraid these will come off. But no, it's still, at least it gives you, you know, a large one, you know, like if you had a big one on your heel. It's the smaller ones. And, oh, these are the little butterfly sutures. So if you needed to close up something after you cleaned it out. So you get a few, like 15 of those. Okay, so that's not bad. And then over here in this last section, let me see what, these look like they're all the same. Oh, these are all alcohol prep pads. So just a good way to clean something off. So that's a whole section of that. I'm not going to take those all out because I'll never get them back in here because they're jammed in there for real. And then I think this is the part where it has some medicines. So let's see what we have in here. Okay, so these are antacids, so kind of like Tums. It looks like there's 5 packs of those. And let's see what else is in here. Okay, so they got something. This says non-aspirin. Oh, so it's acetaminophen. Let me see how many of them there are. I don't know if they're all the same. Let's see. Let me dig around here a little bit. Okay, so for the acetaminophen, or non-aspirin as they call it, looks like there's probably like 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 10. I think there's, let me see how many's in here. It feels like 2. So there's, how many milligrams is it? 325? I'm trying to read it. You think I could read it? Yeah, 2 tablets, 325 for a fever reducer, pain reliever. So there's that. And then there's one other thing in here. This is, what is this? Medilite. I'm not sure what this is. Let me find out. Oh, okay. So this will help you if you have like heat stroke or you're dehydrated. It's Medilite. I've never actually heard of that. Probably other people have, but so you have 5 of those in here. There's 2 tablets, so 1 serving in each one. So it would help with, you know, heat stroke, rapid dehydration, and so it helps. Yeah, it says rapid rehydration on here. So let me know if anyone's ever tried that Medilite or something similar. I've never tried that before. So that's just a quick overview of everything that was in this box. I think I'd like to know your thoughts. The fact that I got it on sale for like $13 and some change, I think that made this worth it. I'm not 100% sure if it would be worth the $24 I think it was originally. Let me look. So regular price is $22.46. I got it for $13.48. Well, I guess, I mean, $23. It's not that bad. Some of the stuff in here I probably wouldn't use. And I might change out a little bit. Like, this moleskin's good, but I think I'd add some of the gel pads in here. And I think I would add maybe some bigger Band-Aids in here in case you didn't want to use the gauze. But the other stuff, and I probably would add like where you only have these 5 antibiotic ointments, I'd probably add a whole tube in here. But, and like I said, yeah, I don't really understand why these are, I guess you could like use as a splint, like I said, and these tweezers were terrible. But everything else in the bag, I mean in the box, I think is pretty good. So I definitely like to hear if you think this kit would be worth it if you bought it at regular price or if you found it on sale. I think it's definitely a great starting point to set up a pretty good first aid kit. It's not a trauma kit. It's nothing like that major. But a lot of times we just need little things. And I think I might add a couple more types of medication in here, like maybe an anti-diarrheal or or even like a stool softener too, because you never know when you're out and about, things happen. And maybe add maybe just some regular ibuprofen. But no, I don't think it's too bad at all. I did grab, when I found this on sale, I found a couple other things on sale, just small things that I automatically wanted to add to this kit. So I'll show you that real quick. I really like having this bleed stop on hand. Usually get 2 packages in here. You can get this right at Walmart. But this is great. You can pour it right into a wound to help stop bleeding, a big one or a small one. You pour this in and like pack it in, and then you keep pressure on the wound. So I would definitely put these in there, because a lot of times I'm using like a chainsaw or a hatchet or, a knife. So it's always good, because if you're in the middle of nowhere, you want to get that bleeding stopped. That's like one of the first things. So it says the regular price on this is $6.98. I got it for $4.19. So I definitely grabbed that, because I already have some of this on hand anyway. But I'm definitely going to put that in here. And one other thing I saw there that was on sale was these Aqua Tabs. So the regular $8.97, I got them for $5.38. So it's water purification, because I thought in the car, you ever get stranded, or especially when I go up in the woods a lot, even further than I already live, it's great to have this in here, because what if I drink all my water, my car breaks down. And these are too small, and I like that they're in little, here I can open it. They're in little glass bottles. So these were small, they won't get crushed, they won't get contaminated, and I can stick them right in here. So yeah, the one's a germicidal tablet and the other one's a neutralizing purification tablet. And I'm pretty sure the instructions are probably right on the bottle, so you don't have to keep so it says, you just add them both to the water, and it'll tell you how long. 30 minutes for the germicidal and 3 minutes for this one. So yeah, luckily the instructions are right on the bottle, so you don't have to keep this with you. I mean, you could take this and just cut this little piece out and stick it in here too, which I probably would do. It doesn't hurt to help. 2 sets of directions, excuse me. So those are just 2 little things I picked up that happened to be on sale that I thought I'd throw in here automatically. And then I'm going to go inside, and dig through my stuff and add to it. I definitely would put probably a little pair of scissors, a little knife in here. I'm trying to think of what else I might put in here. I don't think it would fit. I would like to fit some type of, it has the alcohol pads, and I know they say don't use peroxide, but I still use peroxide. I do have a spray bottle of peroxide, which I might be able to fit in here if I want a small bottle like that big, that's a spray bottle. But anyway, yeah, so that's it right there. I'm going to get it all packed in together, and then we can kind of chat about it. So that was pretty fun to go through and just see what was in there. I think for the size and the price, there was quite a bit of stuff in there. Is it all super good quality? No. Is it all everything that you would ever need? No. But I think it's a very great place to start. I think this gets a lot of what you would need all together in one place. You can always tweak it. You can always add another little bag to go with it. Or you could put, this as part of a kit. And it does say that the tongue depressors are for wood splints, and that's kind of what I figured, but I didn't expect to see them in there. I looked at the back after. I didn't read this first because I kind of wanted a surprise as I opened it to see what was in there. So I just looked at the front, when I grabbed it, and it said it had that many things in it. But yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are on this. I think it was definitely worth it for me, especially at $13.50. I'll definitely doctor it up a little bit and put it in my car and keep it around. But so yeah, so definitely let me know your comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, and let me know what you think about the van and that idea. I'd love to hear it, and I will definitely get a video so you guys can see it. I bought, like I said, I already got the hitch on. It's getting a lift, and I'll show you one other thing I picked up so far for it. I do need a couple just basic things for it. It doesn't have the rails on the roof rack, so I need those. And we'll go over some other stuff that I'm thinking about for the van. But yeah. So I don't know if you can hear the rain, but it is raining right now behind me. So I'll probably get a few things done inside the house today, and not as much of the stuff outside today. And I think that's about it. It's been I just had a week of work, a regular week. I do want to do last week I didn't get to do a survival seeds video, so I'm going to try to do that. Hopefully, if it stops raining for a little bit, I'll probably do it today. And if not, I'll try to do it tomorrow. Because my stuff is growing. Not everything is as great as I would love it to be, but it is growing. And the garden, with all the rain and the fluctuation of temperatures, literally Monday and Tuesday this week, we were at 90 something degrees with 100 and something degree heat index. And today we're barely hitting 60. And the other night we got down to 38 degrees. So the poor plants, they don't know what season it is. And yeah, so it's really, really big fluctuations in our weather this year so far. I don't know if that's happening everywhere else, but let me know. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Thanks for this fun little video. Hopefully you get some enjoyment out of it. And as always, I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Enjoy every day to the fullest. Respect nature. And Tank's sitting right over here on his couch because he's Mr. Grumpy Pants whenever it rains. And I'll point it over there so you can say his goodbyes. As you can see, he thought his couch needed a bunch of his toys. But here he is, Mr. Grumpy Guts, laying in the rain. Tanky, are you sleeping? What are you doing, buddy? Did I wake you up? You gonna say hi and bye to everyone? Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Love you, buddy.